It is extremely rare, almost unheard of, that the president of Russia appears in full military uniform right before the end of the year, addresses his generals, speaks directly to his armed forces, and then delivers a message that shakes not just Europe, not just Ukraine, but the entire world. And this is exactly what Vladimir Putin has done. When Putin appeared wearing a military uniform, one thing became very clear. Every word in his speech carried weight, but one message stood heavier than all the rest. After this, understand one thing clearly. A decisive phase has begun. Putin openly stated that this was his final warning to Ukraine. He said, if this conflict is not ended through peace, then Russia will achieve every single objective through military power. He made it very clear that Russia will use its armed forces and strategic strength to accomplish all goals currently on the table. On the surface, these words may sound simple, but in reality, this is the language of global-scale escalation. This so-called peace offer, delivered while wearing a military uniform, carried a very blunt message. If peace is not chosen, then leadership, command structures, and strategic centers will not remain untouched. Putin's message was crystal clear. Russia's objective is no longer limited. The goal now is full control over Ukraine, followed by reclaiming regions that once belonged to the Soviet sphere. He openly hinted that Russia's strategic deterrent systems are fully prepared. The recent long-range deployments near European borders? According to him, that was only a demonstration, not the main event. The world has been thrown into uncertainty because this was not a routine speech. This was a full-scale warning. What we have seen so far in this conflict, according to Russian leadership, that was nothing compared to what could follow. Western nations froze Russian assets, seized funds, and tried to economically corner Moscow. Russia responded by restructuring its economy for a long-term confrontation, extracting resources sufficient to sustain pressure for decades. At the moment Putin addressed his generals, Russian forces had already advanced further on the ground. Military commanders reportedly assured him, "Do not worry, we are close to achieving full operational control." Around 20–25% of Ukrainian territory is now under Russian influence, and momentum continues. Ukraine has suffered massive losses. Morale has weakened. Many units are retreating. The situation resembles what the world once witnessed in Afghanistan, when resistance collapsed not due to lack of weapons, but due to loss of will. That is why even after Christmas, Russian strikes continued intense and calculated. Initially, Russia's demand was simple. Ukraine should not join NATO. But now the strategy has shifted. The new demand is political restructuring. Russia no longer recognizes the legitimacy of the current Ukrainian leadership. Putin's stance is firm. Let the people